for generations. Pinpoint the location of Eden in a second. All together. Working harder in the Eden. And there he put the man who had sat a kind tree. And there is divided into 4 days. The first is named Pishon, while all people around the country, rich and gold. The gold of this country is pure. The diamond is sure himself in. The second is wine gold in the wine. The third reflects the east. This goes to the east of passion. The fourth is the heaven. This is a very information-rich piece of text. Perhaps the most important of all, it tells us that we should be looking for 2 clues, just one. First is an area called Eden, and we have a number of clues for where that is. And second, we're looking for a garden, which is in the eastern part of Eden. The Bible informs us that Eden's whereabouts is tied up with the location of 4 rivers. We've always known the identities of Hannah and Dikah. These are the famous rivers that Greeks called Euphrates and Tigris, flowing through ancient Mesopotamia, now modern Iraq. The problem has always been identifying the other 2 rivers, the Gihon and the Pishon. Early Church scholars wrote Genesis the was Cush. The only Cush they knew was in Africa, south of the land of Pharaoh. They therefore assumed that Gihon had. Of course, if the Gihon was as far away from the Tigris and Euphrates the Nile, it made sense to open much further afield for the Pishon. And so they decided on either the Indus or Ganges rivers in the Indian subcontinent. As a result, early scholars concluded that Eden encompassed the whole of the ancient world, stretching all the way from Africa to India. But this surely isn't what the Genesis text is telling us. We believe that mankind was banished from Eden, exiled to have a solid existence beyond the boundaries of the earthly paradise. So the boundaries of Eden can't possibly encompass the whole of the ancient world. If we're to find Eden, its variable garden, we need to be thinking on a very different scale. It's much smaller and more specific. And this is the modern view. Eden is located going to other flowing out of the Persian Gulf, and where conveniently the first signs of human civilization appear in archaeological record. But however convenient this might be, I'm not convinced they're right. There's a crucial of Genesis 2. A river flowed from Eden. By 4 heads. But for head, it is Rosh, as in Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, which actually means the head of the year. In other words, the beginning, not the end of the year. I think it has to refer to the beginnings or headwaters of the 4 rivers of Eden. Were the source of the 4 Highland watershed, where they emerged to the sea. Those of the Tigris and Euphrates are lower. It fights. Eden must be somewhere around here. And so hills there are indeed 2 flowing towards the Caspian Sea. Gihon and Pishon The only way to find out is to go there and see what we can discover. Time then to leave England, and where 7,000 years ago, man set out on the road to civilization.
Do you suffer from back pain? Try Dr. Ho's Back Bell, a back pain solution that is helped. Back Belt is a decompression back brace designed to relieve pain. If you have back pain, Dr. Ho recommends you try his belt, even if you suffered for many years.
I felt most instant relief. After about a half an hour of using the belt, the pain diminished. And
For chronic and acute back pain, degenerative discs, herniated or bulging discs, sciatica-related back pain, trouble sleeping due to back pain from sitting, driving, or lifting, and back pain from sports and exercise.
I think every patient with back pain should be wearing this belt.
Imagine finally getting relief for your back pain and being active again.
I've had back pain problems for the past 4 to 5 years. Nothing gave me the Dr. Ho belt. Before it can remove completely. Now, after using it, I'm young again.
So if you have back pain, have your Medicare card available and call us now. Our operators can check if you're eligible to receive your very own Dr. Ho's back belt at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Get back. You can wear Dr. Ho's back belt while walking, relaxing, driving, doing housework, lifting, playing sports, and even while sleeping. Just pump it up and feel the relief.
Really working. It's already beginning to relieve my back pain, and I can feel it really stretching the tight muscles in my back. And I can't believe how good it feels.
Call now. You deserve to get relief from your back pain. And if you're eligible, you may receive your own belt at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. You'll get Dr. Ho's back belt, easy to use hand pump, and back rehabilitation DVD. This is a limited time offer.
How about if we get back pain doesn't have to be limited.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? Have you been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? What if we could promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for Viagra, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and have 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. And get your 40 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying my breath. Call us or results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in an unmarked package.
Call us right now, 800-451-1212. 12391. Medical warning. If you or someone you love had hernia surgery, but you may be entitled to if you don't win, you pay nothing. Call 800-514-1463. The earth has brought us through the mode. Search of the garden is Zexel's great religions, Christianity and Islam. Iran is an Islamic state, the last Persian monarch in Iran. But this part of the world has a lot on the myths were based on the historical event
provide much more,
The stories themselves were well known in the ancient world, long before the Israelites heard them. And really what we find in Genesis is a retelling of familiar stories that were known in ancient Iraq, Mesopotamia, with a completely new theological spin put on them. Instead of thinking of multiple gods, there's a new. It's interesting when you come to the creeds story,
feels a male figure being opposite, laden with fruit, and behind the female there's a serpent. Presentation of the temptation of Adam and Eve. Suddenly we remind. Those words that we're so used to, when analysed in their original language, can sometimes give us a rather different understanding of the text. For instance, the original Hebrew for Garden of Eden is Gan Eden. And the word Gan is a specific type of garden, a walled or enclosed garden. And it's from this we get our word paradise. The legacy of the walled garden and the 4 rivers of paradise is all around us. We're standing on the balcony of the King's Palace in magical Isfahan, and right down there, it's exactly the sort of thing we've been talking about. You can see how we have the great enclosed garden and Eden, with the 4 channels dividing up this garden into 4 quarters. They call it the fourfold garden, or Persian garden. Architectural style, which is reflected in a no. But how did the Persian paradise garden end up in India? In 1218 AD, the legendary Mongol emperor Genghis Khan swept through Persia, sacking and looting. But as is often the way, the conqueror was seduced by the riches and culture of the conquered. When Genghis Khan's descendants went on to found the mighty Mughal Empire in India, they brought with them the Persian concept of paradise. This culminated in Shah Jahan's celebrated masterpiece of Mughal architecture. Written above the entrance arch to the Taj Mahal are the words, "You are in." The Paradise Garden is divided into 4 quarters, with the pool at its heart, touching the rivers of the Glove, of glory, the biblical snow-capped mountain of God. Shah Jahan's magnificence was built by a Persian architect. But where did Persia get its concept of the Garden of Paradise? Could it have come from a much older tradition, already well and truly established in the region? By many. Neil, I think we're in the message. Chris. They're in odd at the start. As the mountain homes of their gods. So, does this imply that the Sumerians themselves originally came to Mesopotamia from the mountains? So, actually, it's an ancient Sumerian epic poem entitled the Sumerian king Enmerkar, who sent an envoy to deliver a message to the ruler of a mysterious land far off to the north. His destination was the kingdom of Ararat, king with gold and precious stones. And of course, Genesis also describes part of Eden as being rich in gold and precious stones. Nobody is quite sure where the kingdom Rata was, but even if we don't know where the journey ended, we do know where it began. So we make it up where the village nearby is. According to the story on the tablet, the envoy's journey began in Susa, an ancient city on the broad plain of the river Karka in southwestern Iran. Later, we'll begin following in the envoy's footsteps.
The emissary gave heed to the word of his king. By the starry night he journeyed, by day he travelled with the sun god, Utu of heaven. From Susa to the Anshan mountain land, the teeming mountain. 5. As he approached Arata, the emperor journeying to Arata covered his head up the pebbles of the mountains. Like a huge serpent prowling up the plain, he was unopposed.
On his long journey to Arata, and gates or gorges through the mountain ranges. There might be here in this medieval of life in the seventh heaven. Even today, we still say we're in seventh heaven, meaning we're in paradise. It may seem a bit odd using a piece of cement. There is some clue in here. Story, we found the envoy nearing his final destination, the kingdom of Ararat. It is set entrance onto a broad rolling plain, the plain of Ararat. It's the word plain that's interesting here. The Sumerian word is Edin, and it's from Edin that most of Eden derives. Dr. Irvin Finkel is the Sumerian expert at the British
Museum obviously derives the biblical word itself comes from a Sumerian word, which is usually spelled E-D-E-N or E-D-I-N, Edin, which was the word used in cuneiform inscriptions for the steppe land outside a settlement, which is over the border of the cultivated area. That was what they considered the Edin.
So Eden simply means plain, uncultivated land. Now that we've entered the Kurdish mountains, we find a way of life hardly changed in thousands of years. Here you can begin to get to the real Genesis was like. It would probably
years ago, we were on this journey at all.
Neck pain and back pain. It's a daily drain. Now, for fast-acting relief of joint pain and muscle soreness, there's the brand new Hempvana Pain Cream, which absorbs quickly and goes to work instantly to relieve pain. Its unique formula includes a proven active ingredient cleared by the FDA, plus the seeds of the cannabis sativa plant. This unique formula helps ease the pain in your lower back, knees, shoulders, and more. Now available for the first time in all 50 states. Simply apply to the affected area, and Hempvana can reduce pain, inflammation, illness head, snuff, as well as an ingredient cleared by the FDA.
The pain starts up in my shoulder.
I wake up with pain every single morning.
Feels like it's loosening already.
It's gone. You know, after 4 back surgeries, I've tried just about everything. Feels real good.
Having something that works this fast, I'm just amazed.
One simple application can work. You need put it on when you wake up. Anytime you feel the pain, pills can be addictive and expensive, but Hempvana is being for just $19.90. Order now. Coming up next on Quest.
if the Garden of Eden ever in the Zagros Mountains, and that's where we're heading. We're following in the footsteps of a royal envoy who journeyed to the mountain kingdom of Arata. Having traversed 7 mountain ranges, he arrived at a place called the Edin, which I believe to be a Sumerian reference to the biblical Eden. But the envoy's epic tale would have remained lost to us had it not been for the extraordinary endeavours of an English army captain, Henry Rawlinson. In 1844, Rawlinson was exploring the ancient monuments of Persia. High up on the rock face by his stone, he could just make out the spectacular inscription of the first. has seen Darius defeating his political enemies and taking his rightful place on the throne of Persia. What's really important about this is that the king of the carving been framed by a royal decree, recorded in 3 different languages: Babylonian, Elamite, and Old Persian. Scholars had been unable to decipher ancient Babylonian, but they already knew how to read Persian. Rawlinson realized that if he could find a way to record, it might be possible to decipher the Babylonian and Elamite scripts. So he scaled the 200-foot rock face to record every detail. As a result of Rawlinson's efforts, it was possible to unlock thousands of documents, roots in the ruined cities of
Henry Rawlins appreciated the only way to make the inscription accessible when it later was to make a copy, so you couldn't, or of course you could photograph it in those days with a telephoto lens. So what he had to do was to go up how this was done. Actually, and then they brought back and it's so it was a rather drastic thing. You imagine the wind howling, swaying, and all that kind of thing. And Rawlinson saying, "No, you have to do it every time." And without that inscription, we never would have such a form.
The ancient cuneiform tablets with the most famous ancient at London. The vehicles in the records of another ancient culture. It was the story of the Great Flood. The 50,000 euro tablets turned out to be part of the epic tale of the legendary Gilgamesh. It told the story of a great deluge and of a hero who built an ark and so survived devastating flood. And just as the Noah story, we read of a bird being set up from the ark in search of dry land.
It had a big effect because right from the outset, people were seeking for connections between the Bible and what archaeology could tell us. They were connection that the biblical text was supported from the ground, as it were. And so there was anything which sent them to the Bible. And this kind of thing. And the text, if you read the translation of the Old Story and read your Bible, they are disconcertingly similar.
But for all Rawlinson's hard work, we still have a problem. Here at source the River Kag, the trail. It's not a true guidebook which way to go next. 3 gates to reverse, but in which direction? I'm afraid we have to call upon yet another ancient document to sort this one out. And the document in question is a clay tablet, this time in the Louvre Museum in Paris. It describes a military campaign against the kingdom of Urartu by the powerful 8th century BC Syrian king Sargon II. Like Enmerkar's envoy, Sargon's army also crossed 7 mountain ranges, but in this case, unlike the envoy, we know exactly where he went.
I, Sargon, king of Assyria, departed from Chaldea and crossed Great Azar. Behind mountains traversed with great dip. I heard as though they were like that. And seen
He travelled north through 7 mountain passes, across a river Arata, and arrived on the plain or Idin of Urartu. the biblical Ararat. Ennekhar's envoy also travelled north through 7 mountain passes and ended his journey on the plain or Edin of Aratta. It's surely be reasonable to assume that they were going to the same place.
And so that's where we need to head next, over the 3 remaining and the land of Eden.
With the help of Sargon, we found the location of Aratta and the final destination of Ennekhar's messenger beyond the 7th mountain range. When the envoy reached the 7th gate, he knew his journey was nearly over. Beyond lay the plain, the biblical Eden, and the magical kingdom of Aratta. Paradise beckoned, and he was in 7th heaven. Our destination, the land of Eden, lies before or find when we finally return to paradise.
Do you suffer from back pain? Try Dr. Ho's BackBelt, a back pain solution that is now covered by many insurance plans, even Medicare.
The belt allowed me to walk for the first time in the year without a gait.
Really? You know, John, after years of treating back patients, I can tell you that most back problems are mechanical in nature.
So if the cause is mechanical, taking a pill is not going to solve the